What is up, guys? This is Josh the Gamer here, coming at you with a brand new video. So today we are going to be continuing on our Quorum game development tutorial series, and in this tutorial we are going to be learning about linear velocity. Now, what is linear velocity? Well, linear velocity is pretty much a continuous push forward. That's really pretty much it for what linear velocity is. I will demonstrate that for you right now, actually. Okay, so in order to set the linear velocity for an object, you're going to need to make sure you have the vector class imported. Now, a lot of this code will look familiar. That's because in previous tutorials I've used this code specifically. But we need to create another vector2 object. So we're going to say vector2, and then we're going to say LV. I'm just going to say LV for linear velocity. And then now, inside of our create game action, what we want to do is we want to set some values for that vector. So LV set, and let's say I want this to have a force or a velocity set to, let's say, 50 on the x. That will move it to the right instead of to the left. And since we don't want any any y, we don't want anything on the y-axis unless it's a force from like a jump or something. We're gonna set the y to 0. Now that we have that, right below where we set our vectors, we're gonna go ahead and do a player : set linear velocity. And as you can see, the set linear velocity action takes a vector2 object. So go ahead and put your vector2 object in there. So in my case, it's LV, and now we have our linear velocity set. However, you probably noticed that there was a set linear velocity x and a set linear velocity y. Those are other explicit ways in which you can set the linear velocity without using a vector. Those specifically will take numbers, but if you have say like an endless runner or something, just use the one with the vector2 because that works a lot better. Anyway, let's go ahead and save it, build it, and run it, and we'll see what happens there. So as you can see, it has a continuous push forward, which is really, really nice. And pretty soon here, it's going to fall off the platform and just keep on rolling. So that's how linear velocity works when it comes to going to the right. Let's say we wanted to go towards the left. Well, we can easily do that too. So go ahead and change that positive 50 to a negative, save it, build it, run it, and then we'll see what happens there. And as you can see here, it's now going towards the left of the screen. Pretty cool. And like I said, you can also do it on the Y. So let's say we want the velocity set to a 20. So going towards, on the Y. So we'll save it, build it, run it, and see what happens there. It should provide a resistance for upwards. However, since the gravity is too powerful, the gravity pushes it down. So we have a negative 500 set for the gravity. Well, let's try to set a 550 to go up and see what happens there. it should show a little bit more resistance in that respect. And as you can see there, it went up and then gravity pushed it down. Pretty cool. Then we can also do it downward as well. So the linear velocity and the gravity will now work together to make it go down quicker. And as you can see there, it went down pretty quick. Because not only was there linear velocity there, but gravity was also working with the linear velocity to make it go down a whole lot faster than it normally would have. It's pretty cool if you ask me. That's pretty much the different ways in which you can work with linear velocity. Just play around with it, play around with some of the values so you can see, how different values have an effect on the speed of the object and that kind of stuff. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.